All right, this is one of my favourite questions. Okay, so a shark was caught whose tail weighed 200 pounds. So the tail weighs 200 pounds. Okay, the head of the shark weighed as much as its tail plus half of its body. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. The head weighs as much as the tail. Now remember the tail weighs 200 plus half of its body, half times the body. Okay, and its body weighed as much as the head and the tail. So the body weighs as much as the head plus the tail. Okay. What is the weight of the shark? So you need to add these three things together once you find them out and find the total weight of the shark. Okay. See how you go with this one.
Okay, so this problem is asking us how to find the weight of this particular shark, and we're given a few different pieces of information. What we need to do first is to write all that information down, and then we'll use that information in order to solve the problem. So that's the key thing here, is get down what you know, and then we can use what we know in order to solve the problem. So we're told that a shark was caught, okay, and the tail weighed 200 pounds. So what I'm going to write up here is T for tail equals 200, okay? So the tail is equal to 200 pounds. That's the first thing we need to write down. It's the first thing we're told. The head of the shark weighed as much as its tail plus half its body, okay? So the head of the shark, H for head, okay, weighed as much as the tail. So we know that the tail is 200, don't we? Plus half of its body. Alright, so we're going to use B for body, and we're going to divide that by 2. Okay, so we're told that the head of the shark is the tail plus half of its body. So that's the second thing we need to set up there. Its body weighed as much as its head and tail. Okay, so its body weighs as much as its head and tail. Alright, so we've got a few things set up here in place, and I'm going to change this particular variable here. Now I'm going to take out the t, and what am I going to put in place of it? Have a think. We're told that t is equal to 200. So instead of having variables in there where we don't need them, we can put their numbers in place if we know them, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to substitute this particular, or we're going to use this particular equation to solve what h is, okay? So we can work out what the head is by substituting in our value for b. So we know that b is equal to h plus 200, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it into there. So I'm going to start up here, h equals 200, and what we're going to do is we're going to substitute b for h plus 200. So it's going to be h plus 200 is divided by 2, okay? H plus 200 is divided by 2. Now to get rid of this divide by 2, we need to multiply everything by 2. So we're going to have 2 h's, we're going to have 400, and we can divide this fraction by 2, which helps us get rid of the denominator. It's going to be just h plus 200, alright? So now what we're going to do is we're going to collect a few of our like terms so we can add those two together. So we have 2h equals h plus 600. Okay, so 400 plus 200 is 600. Now remember, the aim of the game with solving equations is to get the variable by itself. Now in order to do that, we need to get this variable onto the other side. We need to subtract h from here. What we do to one side, we do to the other side. 2h take away 1h is just a h. So the head is equal to 600 pounds. Okay. Now the problem is we need to work out the weight of the shark. Okay. So we need to work out how much its body is. So what we're going to do, we now know that h is equal to 600, so we're going to substitute this back into our equation in order to solve the weight of the body. So we have B, the body, is equal to the head plus 200. Now remember when we took the t away here and we put 200 in place of it? That's what we're going to do now, but for h. So we're going to take h away and we're going to put 600 in place of that. So therefore, the body is 800 pounds. And that's how we work out the weight of the body of this particular shark. So we've worked out how much the body weighs, we know how much the tail weighs, and we've also worked out how much our head weighs. So h is equal to 600, or our head is 600. Our body of the shark is 800 and our tail is 200. So in order to work out the total weight, okay, so the total weight of the shark, it's going to be the tail plus the head plus the body, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to substitute in the values that we know for these three variables. So we know the head is 200, the tail is 200, we know the head is 600, and we know the body is 800. Now if we add all of those together, we get 1600 pounds. So to finish off this problem, okay, we would then write a statement, okay, saying therefore the total weight of this particular shark is 1600 pounds. So what we've had to do is work out the tail, we've had to work out the head, we've had to work out the body, and then we've added those three together in order to work out the total weight of this shark.